In this video, we will see various challenges in analyzing big data and solution to these challenges. We will briefly review on big data concepts, challenges faced while analyzing big data. We will learn about Hadoop distributed file system and MapReduce programming model in detail. We are entering the era of big data, a term that refers to explosion of available information. Such a big data movement is driven by the fact that massive amounts of very high dimensional or unstructured data are continuously produced and stored with much cheaper cost than they used to be. The massive amounts of high dimensional data brings both opportunities and new challenges to data analysis. So, what are the challenges of analyzing big data? There are two unique challenges. First, high dimensionality combined with large sample size creates issues such as heavy computational cost and algorithmic instability. Second, the massive samples in big data are typically aggregated from multiple sources at different time points using different technologies. This creates issues of heterogeneity, experimental variations, and statistical biases, and require us to develop more adaptive and robust procedures. Solution to these big data challenges include Hadoop distributed file system and MapReduce programming model. Let us first understand what Hadoop is. It is a Java-based software framework for distributed data management and processing. There are two core components of Hadoop. One of them is Hadoop distributed file system and the other one is MapReduce programming model. Hadoop distributed file system is fault-tolerant high-bandwidth clustered storage architecture. Let's have a look at SDFS architecture. At the bottom of the Hadoop software stack is SDFS. Here, files appears as contiguous and randomly addressable sequence of bytes. The middle layer of the stack is Hadoop MapReduce system, which applies map operations to the data in partitions of SDFS file, sorts and redistributes the results based on key values in the output data, and then performs reduce operations on the groups of output data items with matching keys from the map phase of the job. For applications just reading basic key-based record management operations, the HBase store, which is layered on top of SDFS, is available as key value layer in the Hadoop stack. Many users of Hadoop stack prefer the use of declarative language over the bare MapReduce programming model. High-level language compilers like Pig and Hive are thus the topmost layer in Hadoop software stack for such clients. MapReduce is a programming model for distributed computing. Hadoop is based on Java, but you can develop in other languages too. Hadoop is self-contained. All packages you need to write MapReduce programs are included, so you don't need to know other frameworks before you can start with Hadoop. MapReduce programs execute in three stages: a map stage, a shuffle stage, and a reduce stage. In the simplest case, you just write a map and reduce functions. Hadoop takes care of issuing tasks via remote procedure calls, verifying task completion, and verifying data around the cluster. The end result is a scale-free programming model. The beauty is that MapReduce code written for megabyte of data can scale to terabytes and beyond. MapReduce programs performs a sequence of transformations on key value pairs. Here are the major components you have to be familiar with when programming for MapReduce. The map function performs independent record transformations, including the potentials for dropping or replicating records. The map function receives a key value pair of some generic types, which will represent as K1 and V1 respectively, and it outputs a list of 0 or more key value pairs of some other type K2 and V2. The input types and output types are often different, but they can be the same. You might be thinking, well, not all the data is naturally structured as key value pairs, but the MapReduce framework accommodates this, which we'll see later. The reduce function aggregates the results from the whole map phase. For every unique key of type K2, the reducer function receives a list of values of type V2. The reducer outputs a list of 0 or more key value pairs of type K3 and V3. Finally, MapReduce program interact with the framework to set up and launch jobs. The framework takes care of scheduling tasks and rerunning failed tasks, splitting the input to feed into the map, moving map outputs to the reducer, and receiving the output from the reduce phase, making it accessible in the distributed file system. Let's step through the flow of a MapReduce. We start off with our input, maybe one file, maybe many files. The framework breaks up the input into splits. Each split contains many records. Records can be any type of information, text, audio data, structured record, or anything. Each split typically corresponds to a block of data on a node, where the data resides, but the programmer does not need to be aware of this. Each split is processed by a map task. Each record in a split is passed independently of other records to the map function. The map function receives each record as a key value pair. Although in some cases it might only be interested in either the keys or the values. The mapper emits key value pairs in response to the input record. It can emit 0 records or emit lot of records. The shuffle and sort phase orders the map output such that all the records of a particular key goes to one reduce task. This phase involves a lot of copying and coordination between the nodes in the cluster. But the programmer doesn't worry about these details. There are fewer reduce tasks than map tasks, and the shuffle typically uses a hash to assign map outputs to one of the reducer. If the reduce function is like addition, where summing subtotals of terms is equivalent to summing all the individual terms. It is more efficient to split the reduce step and do some of it before shuffle and sort. In this case, a combiner function is used, which is often the same function as the reducer. This cuts down the number of records that need to be copied from node to node. Finally, the framework collects the reducer outputs so that you can access the results. All the paths in blue here are handled by the framework. We only have to provide the bits in green. Note that at this level of detail, the boxes don't represent nodes in the cluster. We are talking only about logical flow of data. The framework issues map tasks and reduce tasks in parallel. For example, several map tasks might run concurrently on a single node.